Before we begin, we check our scratches to make sure we have enough memory to put a library in it. In my case, I'm going to use this H4TP. So I'm going to select it and then press Command I. This is on a Mac. On a PC, it'd go to my PC and check it out in there. You can see here I have 2.15 terabytes, so I have lots of memory to work with. So after checking that the scratch disk has enough memory, we open Final Cut. We're going to make a new library in the same drive that we checked for size. Now we're going to create a new event. Check that this is all right. This should be, for this particular example, should be 44.1 kilohertz, 1080p, 30 frames per second. That's good. These things can vary. Next, I'm going to import the video. I can use this arrow, or I can press Command I. I put the video on my desktop so I know it's there. There's the video that I want. I can check here that it's going into the new event that I just made. Leave files in place from folders. Create proxy meter, use H.264. And everything else is fine. Import. Next, we need to name the sequence for the project, which we'll find here. Double click on it. We're going to open that up. Now we're going to place the audio and the video in here, and we're going to sync it. Let's make that nice and big so you can see it really well. I'm looking for two claps to start the video off. I can see the two claps are right here. And here are the two claps right here together near the beginning. So if I just step forward with my right key, watch my meters till I hear a clap. There it is. Go back one. Here I'm going to cut this with a Command B, get rid of this so it's right at the beginning. For my audio is in Music or iTunes, and it's under the 3368G library where I put it. I'm going to bring that in. I'm going to mute this one by selecting it and pressing V. I can see the claps right here. I step with my arrow key, go back one. I make sure I've selected this. I press Command B and get rid of that. Now I'm going to bring these two together, and they should be in sync. We should hear the speaker speaking in sync.
Somber trees of 1796 and the dish with one spoon covered water.
There we go.
With this,
so now we can drop this audio down. We're not using that anymore.
Johnny, Lenape Walk, and Adirondack.
There we go. Now white balancing. We're going to switch to the Color and Effects workspace and open the inspector. To do that, we go to Windows, Workspaces. We want Color and Effects window, and we want to open the inspector. If it's not open, this one happened to be open. Next, set up custom curve tools, the Luma, waveform, RGB, color parade, and vector scope to adjust white balance. Well, we've got 4 scopes right now. We just need 3. So for 3 scopes, you can choose one of these formats. So now we've got the vector scope. We need to make this one into the RGB parade, and this one into the Lumascope. Adjust the luminance with the Lumascope with the curves. So we're over here. Select the clip, select the color, add the color curves, Looking at this now, I'm going to lower this to get the shadows by bringing the lower down to 0, and adjust the top as necessary. Maybe brighten it up a little bit, although it's pretty bright already. That looks fine. Now we're going to crop into a white source, so I need to switch to my crop tool. Make sure I've selected the timeline crop tool. This is white in behind her, so that's nice and easy. We're just going to go into there. And we see, look at the RGB parade. It looks like green's in the middle, so I'm going to bring the red up to the green. I'm going to bring the blue down, just going along the side to match. So that's good. Reset. Now I need a place to come into a face tone, so if I can, I'm not sure if this camera was close enough. Oh, here we go. This would be better. So we're going to crop into the speaker's cheek, just a little spot here. And we're going to look at this. We're now going to use the hue and saturation tools. I need to say this is done, so this will work. I'm going to go hue versus hue, grab the dropper, take a sample. This dot appears. Now I'm going to watch my vector scope and try and get the line on the face tone line. There we go, on the face tone line. Now I would grab the crop again, reset it so it comes right up like this. Wait to say done. We can get a sample from the cheek again. We're in the same pause, but now we're going to adjust the saturation. So you can look at the saturation, make sure you don't go beyond limits on the curves. You just watch it, and you watch it with your eyes to make sure that's all quite reasonable. So that looks good. Now we're going to do some audio adjustments. So we select the audio. Go to the audio part here. If you haven't already got the effects, should be open, but there they are. First, we're going to add EQ. So grab the EQ, drop it in. Now bring the EQ up, click here. Here it is. We're going to play it, and we're going to adjust it.
Relationships that Indigenous nations have to this land, as they are the original caretakers. I acknowledge historical and ongoing injustices that are of our Indigenous peoples.
I'm listening.
First Nations, Métis,
making adjustments at different.
Canada, and accept responsibility as a public institution to contribute toward revealing and correcting miseducation, as well as renewing respectful relationships with Indigenous communities through our teaching, research, and community service. Thank you. Canada, and accept responsibility as a public institution to contribute toward revealing and correcting miseducation, as well as
So we've adjusted the EQ while listening to it and adjusting it toward how it sounds to us. Now we're going to add compression. We can bring the compressor up now. Again, play it and make sure this is off, it's not on auto. Adjust the threshold so it goes to -6 or -5 or 6 there.
Of our Indigenous
Add
peoples.
back.
First Nations, Métis, and Inuit endure in Canada, and accept responsibility as a public institution to contribute toward revealing
we've
and
done our
correcting.
compression. Now we're going to add a limiter. And the limiter is really going to set some hard limits for us. So with the limiter, I'm going to set the output limit to be -6, so nothing will be louder than -6. And then I'm going to boost this up so that the signal is getting to a 0.
Through our teaching, research, and community service.
Okay. Now we're going to select a range, and we're going to do a fade out on the volume. So let's see, where should we do that? We'll do it near the end. So we're going to go here, To select to create a keyframe, I would do Option K. Puts a little yellow dot. That's the keyframe. I would go a few steps more. Do another one, Option K. And then I would go near to the end where I want to fade it out. And I would go Option K again. And I would just simply pull that one down to give us a fade out.
Star Award presented to Jennifer
And you
Martin
can see it
this
fades
year.
out. Now we're going to add a basic title using using an Arial font. To do that, we need to open this part up, the browser. Titles are here. We're just going to go with a basic title. I'm just going to grab a lower third for a title, the right one. I'm going to drop it in here. You can't see it too well because the timeline is squished up. We'll make it a little bigger. Make sure it's highlighted and your playhead is over it. Select it here and call it your name would be fine. Select the title Arial, so I just type Arial. And there it comes, there's the Arial. Select it. We want to add a shadow to it. Drop shadow is here. We won't worry about playing with the drop shadow. There it is. Next, we want to export a part of this, not the whole thing. So to do that, I'm going to use the range tool. I press R, and I'll select a little bit of the range. And then we'll go up here to export, master file. I'm going to check my settings that I'm exporting video and audio. I'm using the codecs H.264. Okay, audio is all standard. Everything is good there. I don't have to worry about, I'm not doing any subtitles or anything else, so that's all good. And I say next. And that is it. Practice, and good luck with the test.